Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the LA Chargers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the 7-year veteran, Austin Eckler. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. This defense for the Bears, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's caught at the 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
He'll buy some time right. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You talk about the defense for these Chargers.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Hall again.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. The field's going to change things up here. They'll run with Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Charger drive about to get going.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Going deep here for Allen.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Khalil Mack in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields.
He finds Corey Davis. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. These two teams all tied after 1. The call here, they need lead 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
A gain of 32 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
Buying time to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Here we go, son.
Fields. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Second and 6 from the 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
Well, you have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play action. It's Fields. There's Hall bringing in another one. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you back over
These
to
two teams
Orlando
running through their
EA
final
Sports
adjustments
halftime
before they head back out
Here's
of the
Jonathan
tunnel.
Coachman.
And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fields changing the play. Straight ahead is Hall. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw is Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Ball want to give up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense. And that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been...
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And they're going to speed things up here. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now Fields going to move him around. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here's Hall again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They run it with Hall off the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Fields now to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it, because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields throw going to be caught by Davis. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Probably guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll try to run it here with Hall. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Charger drive about to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge 3rd down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? And give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Hey, go Lion.
Now Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And Allen's got it. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Herbert now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Extra point try now from Dicker. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there, shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook, give a call to a while, or you call it a death?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Here we go.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. All eyes on Fields. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for L.A., they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.
Why would I hold him out for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making items over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. I'ma keep it moving till I be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my feng shui. Now it's like work for 10K all cause it is pen game. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red-eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then